Hi, this is Jessica DeMassa. I'm at Singularity University's Exponential Medicine, and I would like to welcome to the GuideWell Insights Lounge, Dr. Richard Wender. Dr. Wender is the Chief Cancer Control Officer for the American Cancer Society. So welcome, it's good to have you here.
Great to be here.
So in an environment like this, here, exponential medicine, we're talking about all sorts of different technologies. How is this impacting the landscape when it comes to cancer care?
The entire landscape of cancer care is changing. It's just a very few years ago, we tell you the type of cancer you had, the stage of cancer you had. We had a protocol. If that didn't work, we go to another treatment.
Yeah.
How we diagnosed cancer was by looking at a microscope. That's how we would tell you what kind of cancer you have. Look where we are today. Today, we still look at a microscope. We still look at what organ the cancer started in. But now, increasingly, we're looking at the molecular signature, and it's not just the genomics, it's not just the genes, it's also the cellular environment around that cancer. And we're targeting our therapies to the mutations that are found in that particular cancer. All cancer ultimately is genetic, and figuring out those actionable targets in the gene is redefining how we approach cancer. It's also raising enormous challenges because look at all the abnormalities that we already know about, and that pales compared to the number of genetic abnormalities we're going to find.
Beyond genomics, we're talking here in some of the conversations we've had here in the lounge, we've been hearing about artificial intelligence being applied to even detection of tumors.
Yes.
And, where the deep machine learning applications are taking hold of numerous scans and being able to find even smaller, detecting smaller and smaller and smaller tumors. Some of the other instances that we've heard of too are even like microbiome and how your microbiome impacts the way that different therapies might work on a different body. So talk about that a little bit. What's happening there? It seems like there's so much, and there's so many different technologies coming at cancer from so many different angles. How are you making sense of this?
It's defined a great opportunity and also a great challenge. Our traditional ways of learning about cancer were by finding a particular cancer type and conducting a long clinical trial that took a number of years, enrolling patients from around the country. That is not how we're going to learn how to treat individual patients in the future. The treatments are too specific and too targeted. And there are too many new opportunities, new drugs, new targets available. So going forward, we're going to have to learn everything we can from the experience of every patient. The only way we do that is to gather data from as many patients as we can, clinical data, pathological data, molecular data, follow them to the outcomes, and literally every person becomes a clinical trial of one. And then we're going to need all that artificial intelligence.
That is so intimidating if you think about it, because you just rattled that off like it was so easy, but there is just so much data at so many different points in the care process. So where's the American Cancer Society at in terms of helping make sense of this for everybody who's involved in the care ecosystem when it comes to cancer?
Well, there's, I would say, three things. Number one, we're looking to see the lessons of the past 25 years. We know that cancer mortality is going down. So how did that happen? We cannot lose sight of the fact that the greatest advances we've made have been through smoking cessation, reduced smoking levels, early detection of cancers, and you mentioned earlier our opportunity to find some cancers earlier that we never imagined that we could find earlier. And that's something we're really excited and enthused about, and we think it's critical. But we're also trying to find that right network of partners, of companies, because we cannot do this by ourselves, to come together to create that really learning community. That not only can we advance the knowledge, but we can actually help individual patients today. No organization is contacted more frequently by cancer patients than the American Cancer Society. Over 1 million web hits a year, 1.3 million phone calls a year. It's a massive amount. Finding those right partners who can provide the simple navigation. How do you get to treatment? How do you afford treatment? How do you find a place to stay? But also the complex navigation. What treatment is right for me? How do I share my data? How do we really learn the best approach?
How do you play that role, I guess, in terms of bridging, really being a bridge between the patient experience with cancer and then also like their experience into the healthcare community, dealing with different providers, dealing with different technology companies, drug providers? How do you do that?
We have a new slogan, and it's one that I think really captures who the American Cancer Society is. And the slogan is that we attack from every angle, or we attack cancer from every angle. And that captures who we are. It's prevention, early detection, it's treatment access, it's research. We both conduct our own, we fund others. to do it. It's navigation, it's survivorship, it's help for caregivers. So I think the number one answer, and it sounds a little old-fashioned, but frankly, I don't think there's anything more important than trust. Patients and families have to believe that we're a trusted source of information. And frankly, every day, me, my team, everyone we work with at ACS, we're trying to find, frankly, who those best ideal partners. And I've had 3 discussions since I've been here today, with pretty well established big companies,
Right.
but also some emerging technologies who are having some very smart solutions that can help patients do it. So I don't think we're where we want to be just yet
Right.
with this new technology, but we're very determined to get there.
Okay, so I want to end on one big question for you, because this is partly the reason why you're here.
Sure.
So talk to me about the Cancer XPrize.
So we could not be more excited. I mentioned earlier that if you look at the progress we've made, so much of it has been linked to the early detection
Right.
of cancer. So when I was at this very meeting last year, and I watched the folks from Wender, Deloitte, and from Singularity on the stage talking about a global Cancer XPrize focusing on early detection, I said, you know what?
Yes.
That's where we need to be. That's desperately needed. And what I loved about the vision is that it's something that brings together all sorts of different type of thinking, but it's towards an eye of affordability, cultural acceptability, places that can be used in low resource countries and high resource countries. So a year of work with all these great partners.
Right.
I had this amazing opportunity today to announce that the American Cancer Society has put $500,000 to design the prize, but when that prize is successfully designed, we are committing up to $25 million
Wow. Oh
to
my
present
goodness.
the Global Cancer XPrize to the world.
That's fantastic. $25 million to the
You
Global
got it.
Cancer XPrize. So there you go, out there. If you have your brilliant idea, this is your
This is
your
the
time
chance.
to submit it. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us in the Insights Lounge. I mean, that's blown me away. Congratulations on that.
Thank
to the
you.
American Cancer Society, thank you for that. If anybody is interested in more information on this, where can they go to look?
Just either call our 800 number, 1-800-ACS-2345, or cancer.org. That's the place to go. Cancer XPrize is not officially launched yet. We got 5 months of work
Yep.
to make sure we got a prize. But believe me,
patient.
the world will know it when it's officially launched.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Wender. It was a pleasure to speak with you.
Great to see
I'm
you.
Jessica DeMassa here at the GuideWell Insights Lounge at Exponential Medicine 2017. Thank you.